For this class, all you need is your yoga mat. We're going to explore variations of tree pose, so let's check in. Lay on your back, and if you have a bun or a ponytail, you might want to just move it a little bit. Okay, bring your arms out into a T shape and stretch out the right leg and pivot the left knee out to the side. And just explore how your hips open, your groin opens. So supine tree, so you can actually dorsiflex the right foot, see how it feels to be in this position, and just notice if the right hip is pulling toward the left. Before you do any warm-up, just see what your supine tree pose feels like. So you're on your back. And just go for one more breath. Okay, so now just to be even, let's check out the other side. Okay, so now pivoting the right knee out to the side, and just notice how it feels in the right groin and what's going on with the left hip. Is the hip pulling over toward the right? And it could be so different from one side to the other. It's never judgment, it's just really an inquiry to pay attention. Okay? All right, so now just open the arms, check in with your breath. Okay, now stretch out the right leg. We're gonna start with the left. So just your pelvis on the floor, bend the left knee, draw the knee up toward your chest. You can plantar flex the foot, you can have it a little bit loose. And we're just gonna pivot the knee out to the side, dorsiflex the right foot a little bit, and then pivot just over to the right a little bit. So we're not going like this. We're not really lifting off the glute. So just 2 times, out to the side and then across. Now go out to the side and start to draw some big round circles and notice what's happening with the right hip. Is the hip wanting to go to the right, to the left? And reverse the circles. And when you do the circles, it's a little bit easier to plantar flex the foot, just for a little spatial awareness. Okay, now bring the knee across over toward the right. Take your right palm on your thigh, turn your head and neck left, and breathe into that spinal twist. You do not have to go for the deepest spinal twist, and I recommend for this class, you just go just a little bit. So you can add as much weight to the leg as the thigh as you want or not. Just remember you'll have to do the same amount on the other side. Breathing into the belly, breathing into the lower back. And now slowly release the palm, pivot the knee all the way out to the side, coming back into tree, Vrikasana, and just seeing how it feels compared to when we just started. Okay, does it feel a little bit more open after doing those few movements in the left hip socket, the hip joint? Okay, now from here, you're gonna place the foot on the mat. Place the right foot on the mat, adjust your pelvis, and take the left ankle over the right thigh, and draw the legs toward your chest. And you're gonna thread your palms through and hold on to the right shin. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You wanna place your elbow on the thigh. It doesn't always work. It really depends on what's going on with your body, to be honest. Okay, so you're just hugging in and trying to push the elbow into the thigh. You're trying to keep the thigh bone away from the head. So you get a stretch right through here, the outer hip, the side glute, and maybe even a little bit at the top of the hamstring where your sit bones are. Okay, now interlace your fingers around the right hamstring, point the toe and straighten the leg, dorsiflex the foot and bend, and one more time, point the toe, plantar flex, straighten, dorsiflex, bend. Now keep the dorsiflexion, release the palms, open up to a T shape, and you're gonna take that left foot and place it next to the right ankle, coming into a combo between tree pose, Vrikasana, and bridge pose. So you wanna see what the pelvis on the right is doing. Do you feel a little bit more length right in the hip crease, the hip flexor, top of the quad? Is the pelvis going over to the right, or is it kind of over to the left, or is it kind of settling? And how is the left groin? Okay, all of this just to check in from where we started. Okay, so now open the arms, bring the left foot up, adjust your pelvis, stretch both legs long, and now take the right knee out to the side, check in with your tree pose, your Virgasana. Bring the knee up and pivot the knee over to the side, over to the right. Dorsiflex the left foot and pivot across just a little bit, and then over to the right and pivot across. Now pivot over to the right and start to draw those circles. And again, checking, is that left hip starting to move? Do you feel it pulling to the right? And how smooth and round are your hip circles? And reverse the direction. So dorsiflex with the left foot, plantar flex with the right foot. Keep the shoulders on the mat. Okay, now come back to center and twist all the way, pivot the thigh bone all the way over to the left palm on the thigh. Turn your head and neck over toward the right. Breathe into the belly, into the lower back. And just, how is the spinal twist feeling on this side? See if you can release a little bit more. Decide how heavy you want that palm to be on the thigh. Okay, now slowly release the palm, pivot back to center, lower the leg into Virgasana and just check in. I think it feels a little bit more open on this side, which is more the tighter side. So check in with yourself. How is it going? Is the groin more open? Is the thigh bone down to the floor more for the one you first started? There's so many ways you can judge the metrics, and I say judge is more of just like an inquiry, not a judgment. Okay, and how is the left hip? Is it staying rooted, or is it trying to go over to the right? Now, place the right foot down, place the left foot down, adjust your lower back, cross the right ankle over the left quad, draw the knees toward your chest, dorsiflex the foot. And I don't know if you can see this, but my right knee is definitely coming toward my head. So this is my tighter side. Interlace the fingers around the shin and try and push with the elbow into the thigh. Keep the foot dorsiflexed and just pause for a moment and really get into that hamstring and the outer hip. And you might need a few extra breaths on your tighter side. Okay, now slide the fingers to the hamstring, keep hugging in, plantar flex the left foot, straighten the leg, dorsiflex and bend. So just a little bit of nerve flossing. Plantar flex, straighten, dorsiflex, bend. Now keep the dorsiflexion, slide the palms off, place the foot down, arms to a T shape, and slide that right foot toward the left foot, and you're coming into that bridge Virgasana, bridge tree pose. And how do the hips feel? Do they feel like they're more open now that you've done both sides? The right groin, the left hip, do you feel a little bit more length in that groin, even the side glute? Always check in. So the pelvis is so complex. So just see how it feels just to be in this position. Okay, now for the finale, just to check in one more time, place the right foot on the mat, open the arms, stretch out the right leg, pivot the left foot down into your supine tree pose, Virgasana, and just stay with your breath. And see if you can remember how it feels to do this one more time from the very beginning. Okay, now stretch out the left leg, bend the right, and just really release into position. And I just realized my foot is off the mat, so make sure you're on the mat when you're doing this. Okay, and now place both feet on the mat, roll to one side, and come on up. Now here's the thing, you can practice this as often as you need to get some opening in the hips. That's the purpose, really getting the opening in the hips. You can also do this as a precursor before you do actual tree pose. It will really benefit your hips and your practice. Have fun, and I will see you soon in the next one.